a young virgin, it's because she's a high quality woman, and I I believe that she is worth the risk, you know. So yeah, that's why I disagree with you
So you're
about that.
okay. So your disagreement was because when I was on with Alex with playing with fire, I said that if you get married to a woman while she is young, that means she's
Yeah,
low value. Is that what I said?
no, no, you said that if a man marry a woman when she's young, he's not high value because of the court system and all the laws about marriage, and because you teach men to not get married. I disagree with that. I believe that men should get married because I'm a traditional man, So yeah,
Okay.
you know where I come from. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I would.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no. Look, I completely understand what you're talking about here. Men should not. I'll put it to you this way, and this is funny. We actually had a conversation about this on hashtag How to Relationship podcast yesterday. Is there has always been the institution of marriage has been around long before court systems ever got involved, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Five and 600 years ago, there were men and women who considered themselves to be husbands and wives to each other without the state being involved. Now, the organization that oversaw the marriage was the church, but
Yeah.
the church did not get involved legally. So I would submit to you that men should not get married in a legal sense. Don't sign a marriage certificate. Don't sign a marriage license. If you really want to get married to a woman, then do private marriage. Get married in a church, have the whole ceremony. Just don't do it legally. That way, you can show the world that you have chosen a woman. The world knows that you are calling yourselves husband and wife. Just because the court system doesn't see you as a husband and wife does not mean that you are not a husband and a wife. Devin and I, we're not married. We're not legally married. We're not private married, but people still call us husband and wife because we've been in a relationship for nearly 6 years. So what are your thoughts about private marriage?
Yeah. I agree with what you're saying, but um, how can I put this? There's many people who still take the risk to legally get married despite of all the laws, and I'm ready to take that risk if that woman is high quality enough. You understand? So I don't scare. I'm not scared about the government and all the laws because I trust that woman to not screw me over in the divorce court and to stay loyal to me until death.
See, this is where you're wrong because even women with the best intentions, when they get, if you
Mm.
marry, now here's the thing: I don't, you obviously English is your second language,
Yeah,
or it's not your first language. Where are you originally
yeah.
from? If I don't, if I, if
I, I I live in Canada. I'm French.
Oh wow, oh
Yeah,
okay, and so oh wow, so you live in the West. Um, even if a woman, even if you were to marry, let's just say that you were to meet a high quality woman out in Eastern Europe.
mm,
Let's just say she was from Estonia. She was traditional, feminine, blah 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 blah. If you bring her back to the West, the UK, the United States, Canada, etc., etc., if you bring her back to the West, you're putting your personal wealth at risk because now you're
mm.
subjecting yourself to being and here's the thing, women in the West are encouraged and incentivized to blow up their relationship so they can get all their cash and prizes. So
I
while
agree.
so
Yeah.
while so while you might think, hey, listen, I'll just choose a woman who is less likely to screw me over, even the most well-intentioned traditional women are encouraged not only by the court system but by everything around them. So what's the point of getting legally there is no advantage to getting legally married. Why not just have the ceremony without getting the state involved?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. I still believe that I have to take that risk. I don't know. It's because of my religious belief. I'm Christian. That's how this is why. So
Okay.
yeah.
No. Look. I got you. I got you. So if you and listen, I've got nothing against people who are religious. So why not have the church oversee the wedding? Why not keep the state out of it? Why not have the church and why not have the marriage in whatever church that you want to go to? You guys can make a big thing of it. You guys can cut the wedding cake. You can have the first dance and all that good stuff. Just keep the state out of it. If you want anybody involved to make it official, have the church be involved because the church doesn't have any the church doesn't determine what the law does. Because if you guys decide to divorce or go go your separate ways, she can't take half of your present and future earnings. Now, if you guys have children together, that is clearly a different story. If you make people with another person, then as a man, you need to be financially responsible for those people, whether you're with your ex-wife or not. But here's the thing: if you keep the state out of your marriage, if you just do it unofficially, do a private marriage, this makes it less likely for your woman to blow up your marriage for no reason. Now, she might still do that, but at least you still have everything that you came into the marriage with, without her having to fleece you just because you thought that she was a dutiful and doting woman. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and because of my religious belief, I really need to have that marriage license to have a legit marriage according to the Bible. So yeah, I understand the private marriage. I understand this argument, but I would still take that risk. And if I get screwed over, then yeah. So
no, you're doing it all wrong.
I don't believe that it's gonna happen. I don't believe that it's gonna happen to me.
Why do you think?
I really trust.
Wait, hold on. Have you found a woman you want to marry yet? Yes.
I found a virgin. I found a virgin, and I think that she might be a good. She might be the wife of material. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
How old is she? How old are you?
She's 20. She's 20 years old. I'm 28.
Okay. That's a good age gap. How do you know she's a virgin?
Because of her upbringing. She's born in a traditional household, and she said that she never kissed any guy. She doesn't believe in boyfriend, girlfriend. She doesn't believe that she have to get married to be in a committed relationship, and she is really chaste and abstinent. If you talk to a woman, you know that she's a virgin, because she really doesn't have the same language of most modern women. So I really know that she's really religious also. So I know that she's telling the truth. So yeah,
fair enough. So what you're telling me is that, and I understand where you're coming from. You'll never know what a woman's notch count is. But what you're telling me, and I think you'll probably agree, is that based on what you've seen and heard from her as of right now, it is far more likely than not that she has a very low body count, if any body count at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Was she where was she raised? Was she raised here in the West, or was she raised in another country?
She was. She's Algerian. She's come from Arabian countries. So she moved in. She moved there with her parents, and yeah. So she was raised in Canada and Montreal.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm happy for you to meet a woman who appears to be a virgin at the age of 20 years old. Like, listen, man, this is a good thing. Just you need to understand that women are not good, they're not evil, they just are, okay?
Yeah.
And yes, she was raised in a traditional household, and she apparently is a virgin, but that doesn't mean that she won't gut you if given half the chance.
Yeah.
If you bring her to an environment that encourages her to do so. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
also I forget to tell you, she also believes in traditional gender roles. She believes that she have to submit to her husband, and this is a huge green flag if she believes that in traditional gender role and she have to submit to her husband, which make her different than the vast majority of women today.
No, listen, you're right, but this sounds good, and I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm not saying I don't believe her, but any woman can say anything. There are a lot of women out there who have said to me, like, I believe in traditional gender roles, and then when I open the door for her, I pull up my credit card to pay for whatever date we're on. Well, I can pay myself. So just be very wary of that. If I were you, if you really do think that this girl is wife material, you can actually test her. Here, this is a very, very good way to find out what her intentions really are. Have you guys talked about marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And my guess is that she's probably excited about it. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Come at her with this, and this will tell you instantly what she's really after. Tell her, you know what? You don't have to tell me what her name is. We'll call her Michelle. Hey, Michelle, you know what? You and I have been talking about marriage. I'm excited. We both want kids, and et cetera, et cetera. But given the state of the court system here in the West, I think it's probably best for us. As a matter of fact, here's the way we're going to do it. We're going to keep the state out of it. We're going to keep the government out of it. Listen, I'll give you the wedding. You can invite your parents and we can have the wedding cake and the dance and all that good stuff. But we're going to keep the state out of it. What? Wait a minute. Does this mean that we're not? No. We're still going to be married because it's more important for us to be married in the eyes of God than in the eyes of the court. And just put it to her like that. Listen, nobody, as far as we're concerned, we don't care. Being married in front of the eyes of God is much more fulfilling than being married by the court. Okay, listen, we'll have the pomp and circumstance because I know that you and your family, you want to see that, but we're not gonna get the state involved. We're not getting Canada involved. We're not getting the United States involved. We are just going to make a commitment to each other. We're going to get married, but we're going to have a commitment ceremony where nobody is involved in our relationship, at least not on the government side. If she is on board with that, if she really and truly does love you, if she wants to really have a relationship, if she really wants to marry you and have kids, she doesn't care whether or not the state's involved. However, if she has nefarious intentions at that point, she's going to make a big stink about it, right? She'll be like, well, wait a minute, why can't we get married? And tell her, look, we will still be married. Everyone, our friends and family will know that we are husband and wife. The only difference is that the state and the government will not be involved. If she has a problem with that, then you have a problem. But if she says, well, yeah, I don't care. It's just a piece of paper. I don't need to sign anything. If we make our vows in front of God and in front of a priest or a minister or whatever, I'm good with that. If she's good with getting married to you without the state getting involved, then at that point, that bodes very well for you in the future.